What's up, Blade fam? A couple weeks ago I went and jumped this gap here and I ended up bruising my heel. So it's been a couple of weeks. I've been icing it and doing all the rehab that I need to, but I haven't been able to really rollerblade. You know, anytime I take a little click in a transition, or of course jump and stomp or lock a grind, I have, you know, severe pain going on in my right heel. So instead of being down in the dumps about it and finding every reason to be a little blue, I decided to come here and work on my left foot, specifically on just rollerblading. I recently watched 7 exercises to improve your inline skating by Shaun over at Shoptask. His video is going to be in the description below. That guy is an amazing teacher, and you know, I may teach, but I'm also a student and I have a lot of room to still learn and grow. So I wanted to use this opportunity to just develop my inline skating. So if you'd like to see me go through these exercises, stay tuned. We're gonna be doing that and just having fun here over at the hockey rink. Before we get into the exercises, I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple laps, just get my legs warmed up. I've already trained and worked out in the gym today, so let's go ahead and get some cardio in. Did 1 lap in that direction. Let's go ahead and flip it and go this way. Now when I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on my center edge. I'm not trying to pronate too much on the outside edge or the inside edge. Okay, so his first exercise again was to have 1 shoe and 1 skate. If I remember properly, it's about staying on your center edge. For those of you that are just new to inline skating, you have an inside edge, an outside edge, and of course your center edge of your wheel. This is really noticeable on a flat wheel. When you start getting into a round or a coned or bullet profile, it's a little different. You can't really see the edges as much or feel them, but they are there. If I'm skating on my inside edge, my foot would be kind of over this way. If I was skating on my outside edge, it would be pronated that way, and the center edge. That's what we're after today. So he said to, hey look, gotta love the ladybugs. So no killing these guys. Help them survive, you know, kind of wiping them out with all the pesticides that we're using. Totally off subject, but very important. Okay, so he said to get into this position, make sure that knee stays bent, not to straighten it. I'm not trying to walk out. I'm trying to stay nice and bent. And this foot here, I'm gonna just give a push, and I'm gonna see how far I can glide on this 1 foot. Now this is the first time I've ever performed this type of exercises, especially in a 110 skate. I may have goofed around in my 60mm Aeon skate, but this is all new, so I hope you guys enjoy watching me learn something new. All right, here we go. Oh. All right, so instantly in that push, I started having a inner carve, so I was trying to correct it. You may see it or may not. So I made it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a cone. Shaun says to measure your distance. It kind of gives you a result, I guess, a measurable result to see your improvements. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a cone. I'm gonna drop one after I do this again, and we'll start seeing if I can keep that center line perfect and hopefully make my way to the edge or the other side of this hockey rink. So I'm here on the edge, again, hands out, knee bent, and push. Okay, that's about as far as I made it last time. So in the gym world, really after like 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 10 attempts, let's see where we get the next time. I'm not in any rush. Again, this is kind of like a rehab, also improving my left leg capabilities. I'm right dominant when it comes to aggressive skating, so this is going to really help. Let's see. Okay. A little further. Still really wobbly, not as much stability as I'd like. That could be due to having a 110mm skate. I think when Shaun was doing these, he was in a Wizard 480 maybe. So did a different setup. Go again, push off, up. Right about here is where I began to drift a little bit. Now all I'm working on is really trying to keep this knee stable, flexing the quad, and staying centered. All right, here we go. That one was a little better. Measurable improvement, I guess. It's kind of like balancing on a what are those things called? A tightrope. I know that's not what they're called. If you know what they're called, leave a comment below. To do the last cone, trying to beat the furthest cone that I made. I think this concrete has a little bit of waves in it. I'm feeling, you know, if anybody's familiar with what I'm talking about, there's a little bit of waves in here, so it's kind of rocking me left to right. Let's see if I can go ahead and get that furthest cone. So lots of room for improvement. You know, I feel really wobbly. I think the next time I do this, I'm gonna try it on my 80mm skates. All right, so Shaun's second exercise is pretty much the exact same thing. You're gonna have one skate on, you're gonna keep that bent knee and working on your balance, but this time you're gonna be going backwards. You're not gonna be looking over your shoulder yet. I think the first 10 he did was just keeping a good posture and skating backwards. I changed the direction in which I'm skating. I was feeling a lot of waves going this way, so I'm gonna try and go straight across. One of the aggressive inline tricks that I really want to get is switch fish brains. You know, I can lock them. They're not really that clean. I feel like this exercise alone is going to really help that. 3 more cones to go. You know, if you're somebody who skates in a crew, this might be something really fun to go out and do instead of always hitting the skate parks or street. Or if you have a family and your kids are just learning, this seems like something would be really fun to, you know, see who can challenge furthest balance and whatnot. Last cone, let's see if I can get past that last one. Nope. So there we have 10 cones out. You can feel that muscle working through here and here. All right, so Shaun's third exercise was somewhat of a solemn. I have never solemned between cones in my life. So this is literally my first attempt. I believe it's going from your inside edge to your outside edge to your inside edge, outside edge, inside edge. Let's go ahead and give it a go. This is really hard. Much respect to all the solemn skaters out there that just make this look effortless. Let's go ahead and give it a couple more. So I had forgotten that Shaun has said, make sure you put a lot of your awareness or your pressure in your heels. I had kind of been on my toes. So maybe that's something I gotta work on. This way is a slight uphill relative to this street and everything. So it's definitely harder going this way to keep my momentum versus this way. I don't know if I'm doing outside edges very well. Okay, so for the fourth exercise that he recommends is to do lemon drop crossovers. So for that, I'm gonna have to throw on my other skate. Be right back. Okay, so I think I remember the lemon crossover is lemon and then cross, lemon, cross, lemon, and I think I'm picking up my skate. So I know I'm not doing this properly. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more space between the cones. Well, it's a start, right guys? And you know, that's part of the things, I guess that's something that I really do appreciate, is being a beginner. Sometimes we avoid new things because we don't want to look clumsy and we don't want to look awkward. But that's part of the process of learning something new. And if you keep going through those processes, eventually you're going to smooth out, you're going to develop some sort of skill or an understanding of what the process is that you're doing. So don't be afraid to begin or try something new. It's part of the learning process, and the more you get associated with that, well shoot, that's just how you're gonna grow. So these were just a few of the exercises from Shaun's 7 exercises to improve your inline skating video. Again, link is in the description below. Much respect and namaste to you, brother. I really appreciate your videos. You too are an amazing teacher and an excellent skater. I really appreciate what you're doing for our community, so thank you, brother. The other exercises that Shaun had suggested were, of course, doing the same inside edge, outside edge solemn with the right skate, doing the balance exercises with the right skate. I'm avoiding those again because of my heel injury. And then there was another one where you would take the front wheel of your skate and put in a smaller diameter wheel, forcing you to skate on your heels. Due to my injury, again, I'm avoiding that one. But I had a lot of fun out here working with some cones, again, doing something different and learning something new. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're into rollerblading or want to support rollerblading or more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all of the subscribers and the love and comments that we get. You know, it means something to us, and we're very grateful, so thank you. We just recently broke 14,000 subscribers, and you know, it's becoming real. It's this place where I don't know if I should you know, just quit my day job and start doing videos more, or where I'm at. So I don't know, we'll see where it all goes. But again, thanks again for all the love and support. Much love, aloha.